Hey, it's the Curmudgeon Cook. I'm out in my garage, and I thought I'd give you a quick rundown of my coffee roasting hobby, and what's involved, equipment-wise. And we'll run down the beans and different things about them. Won't be too long of a video, but hopefully you find it interesting. So let me flip around here, and I'll show you what I use for the roasting part of it. All right, so I use a tumbler roaster. It's called a Gene Cafe, and basically it has a little chamber. This is the exhaust chamber where the chaff collects. Chaff being the skin around the outside of a coffee bean, and stuff you don't want to consume really. And it's got to be careful with it because it is flammable. It's like paper. And I've actually had a fire on this particular table with my first roaster that didn't do a good job of getting rid of the chaff. It was a lot of fun, and I learned how to use my fire extinguisher that day. But anyway, here's the Gene Cafe roaster, and you can see there's like a little safety lid there, and what goes in it is a tumbler, and you can see I got coffee beans in there. I got 8 ounces of Ugandan Bujisu, really good bean. And 8 ounces is the maximum that you can roast at a time in this particular roaster. And the nice thing about the particular roaster I'm using is it has a lot of control features around temperature and time, and safety features as well. So you hit the two different temperature points, and you have to press the blue button there, or it will stop roasting and go into a cooling cycle. That's so you don't do like I did on my last roaster and leave for a minute and have a fire. And trust me, you don't want to have a fire in your garage. That never ends well. Next piece of this video will be the beans, so stay tuned. All right, so real quick, just to clear things up, that's a whole bunch of lump charcoal behind me, which I store on these shelves, as well as some of my coffee items as well. I use these Rubbermaid cereal keepers for my beans. It's airtight. It keeps them fresh. These are green, what's called green beans, right? And they're unroasted. So you can see cereal keeper here. This is a bean called Tanzania Shinzingo. This is what's called a pea berry, where the Ugandan Bujisu is just a regular coffee bean. The difference between a pea berry and a regular coffee bean is that pea berry is only 1 bean per coffee cherry, the little cherry fruit that they come in, and the Ugandan is a regular coffee bean, meaning there's 2 coffee beans in each cherry. The pea berry has a different flavor profile for various reasons, but all of the energy goes into the bean instead of 2 beans. So you can see they have a round appearance. This is the pea berry, and this is the Ugandan. Has a more of an oval shape and a flat edge, where the pea berry on the left is kind of round, doesn't really have that flat edge, and they really roast differently. So these pea berries tend to have I don't know, sometimes a little bit of a fruit note to them. Sweetness. They're very what you would call a bright flavor, where this particular bean from Uganda has a deeper sort of a chocolate thing going on, and a bunch of different flavors in the profile. Like I said, chocolate or cocoa, raisin, vanilla. It depends on how good your palate is too. But I definitely taste the chocolate notes in the Uganda, which is one of the reasons I like it so much. So anyway, I thought that would be of interest. Just coffee. Most people just think of coffee as something you pick up in a can, or that crap you get at Starbucks. But once you've had the home roasted stuff, ask anybody that gets coffee from me, your world changes immediately, because it's fresh. Anybody gets coffee from me doesn't get coffee that's been roasted and sitting around waiting for them to ask for it. You ask me for coffee, and then you can get the coffee roasted, and it'll be the day after I roast it, so you can't get it fresher than that. And it is definitely so much better. All right, so let me get set up here for the roast, and we'll be back. All right, we're back. I'm going to take the. You can hear the roaster is making. You can hear the fan blowing in it. I'm going to take the tumbler and put it in the machine and get it going. Flip over. There we go. All right. So you take the tumbler, and it's got a. See the slot it fits right into, and so the way it works, right? This side is where the heated air goes through the tumbler, and this is the exhaust. Goes into the chaff collector and out the exhaust tube. Towards the end of the roast, there will be a fair amount of smoke because it gets up to around 460 degrees for only a few minutes, and so that's why you have the exhaust tube to just kind of guide the smoke out, unless you like your room filled with smoke. And for me, the cigar smoke maybe, but for the most part, I don't want to fill the garage up with smoke. So anyway, I'm gonna kick this off. You can see it's set for around 404. I'll set it to 401, and we'll go for 15.5. So that's 15 and a half minutes. I'm not gonna go with the whole 15 at 401. It's gonna hit 392, and it's gonna have to hit the safety button, the blue button, and when it runs to a certain point where the beans start changing color, then I bump it up to 422 or so and let it run there till I see another different color, and then it goes up to 460 until I get to the dark brown I'm looking for. All right, so this is the Ugandan Bujisi that I am roasting. All right, so to get it going, I hit the start button, and you can see it's reading the temperature, 84, beans are tumbling. A little trap door there. It lets the beans tumble from one side to the other, so you get a nice even roast. You kind of just keep mixing, and we'll just keep an eye on it, and I'll come back. So you're not going to watch a 15-minute roast cycle. That would be incredibly boring. For me, when it's going on, I'm watching TV. I got a nice little TV set up here in the garage, as you can see. So there we go. All right. Coming back. All right, we passed the 392 point. I screwed up on the video and missed the actual moment, the exciting moment where I pressed the blue button. But anyway, we're past 390. We're right around 390. It hit 392. There it is. It's at 392. It beeped at me already, and I hit the blue button. But you can see the beans are starting to change. At this point, I'm at 6.4 minutes left. I'm going to push the temperature up to about 425, 426, and I'm probably going to add another couple of minutes in time to it, to maybe 8 minutes. Give it a little more. I can always adjust that, so that's what's handy about this. And you can see they're getting a nice kind of dark tan color about them, and I'm going to let it get to 426 and keep it there for a few minutes. And I like to roast in 3 temperature stages. So, you know, the 392 or the 401 was really the set point, and then go up to 426 for a few minutes, and then roll it up to 460, and that'll be the final stage of the roast. And the beans will hit that what's called the first and second crack, where the beans get to a heat point where they start cracking and the chaff starts falling off. And second crack is typically, when you hit that second crack, is when you can hear it. You might not hear it on the video, but you can hear it here. And when you hear that second crack, you got to keep a close eye on it, because if you don't stop it pretty soon into that, you'll over roast them, and then you'll have Starbucks coffee on your hand, which is shiny and oily and burnt tasting. So we don't want that here. We want the nice flavored notes of the coffee to ring out and not taste like some kind of burnt crap that got cooked terribly. All right, we'll be back. All right, we're back again. So right now we're in the 420, 422 ballpark. We've got about 4 minutes left in the roast. So at this point, the color has changed to a nice brown. You can see it's getting darker. It really has a nice look about it. And we're not quite there yet. So we're going to bump this up. It's been varying between 417 and 424. So we're going to pump it up to 465. And at some point, we should hear another warning where we have to hit the blue button. That one I'll try to get on video. But this, you're going to see, with the temperature climb, you're going to see a rapid change in the color of the beans. And the smell is amazing, and there'll be some smoke. I'll try to show that. But this is definitely going to make a solid difference in what the bean looks like at these temperature ranges. Because this is, I mean, sometimes, depending on what the roast I'm trying to do, I might keep it at 445, 450, not go as high as 460, and let it go a little bit longer. It's a different flavor profile when you do that. Not a big difference, but I like 465 for me is one of my favorite temps, but I don't keep it there too long. It's part of it is the climb to 465 that gets me the roast that I like, and I don't have a scientific explanation. It's more about the anecdotal experience. And here we are, we're at 446, and they want me to hit the button. So there you go. That's the other set point. So here we are, climbing. We're up to 449. And you'll see the beans are starting to get a way different look about them. Alright, I'm going to kill the video for now, and we'll come back at the end of the roast, which is only about 2 minutes away. Alright, we're at about 460, give or take. And now, this is the 1 minute warning. And that just let me know I got a 1 minute left in the roast. I can always add more time if I need it. And I don't think I'm going to need it. It's looking pretty good. And a little light on it here, maybe give you a better idea of the color. Maybe not, it might be washing it out. But yeah, I'm going to let it finish out its next half a minute, and it'll be good to go. And then it's going to hit the cooling cycle, and then I'm going to let that cooling cycle run till we're down to 260 degrees in the tumbler, and then I'll dump it out, and we'll let it cool, and we'll take another look at it. Alright, and you can see here, I'll let it go into the cooling cycle, and then I'll turn off the video, and then we'll show them again when they're dumped, what they look like. See, COL, cooling. And now it's working its way down. You'll see the temperature dropping already. Basically, the heater's not running now, just the fan, and it's blowing air through the tumbler. And I'm not sure if you're seeing much in the way of smoke. It's coming out here, it's just not really visible. It's a lot more visible when it's darker for some reason. But anyway, we'll see you in a few. Alright, we're almost 260. It's taking about 3 minutes to cool it down. You can see they have a lovely color. They're going to be even nicer when I dump them. I'm going to dump them in a colander, and I give them a nice shake and a stir to get as much extra chaff off as I can. And where are we at here? 262. Alright, to stop it, and you notice I got a glove on because this thing's hot. And to stop it, I'm going to wait till that handle gets around the bottom of the roaster, and then I hold the button down. And then it's going to come around, handle up, so I can pull it out. Alright, and I move the safety screen out, pull that out. That its little stand. Let's take a look at those beautiful beans. They're nice. Beautiful color. Fairly uniform. You know, not every bean's going to be the same exact color, unless you want to go a little further and burn them. I don't. So, there you go. Coffee roasting 101 at the Ruffalo House with the Curmudgeon Cook. And I'm get cranky if you give me lousy coffee. So don't give me lousy coffee. If you have lousy coffee and I'm coming over, let me know. I'll bring my coffee with you so we can make things better for your life. I promise you won't be disappointed. I promise. All right, Curmudgeon Cook. See you later. What are you gonna do?